Well, we all saw it coming. President Joe Biden last night pardoned his crackhead criminal son, Hunter Biden, who was to be sentenced for tax violations and gun violations later this month. But what Biden really did was to protect what some say is the Biden family criminal empire. And the real devil here is in the details of this pardon. It's not about the gun charge. Before delving into the details of this pardon, I want to thank the sponsor of the video, Lear Capital. For over a year, Lear Capital has emphasized that gold could soon reach $3,000 an ounce. With the prices climbing steadily, those who have invested in gold are seeing the benefits. If you've considered diversifying your financial strategy with gold or silver, now might be the perfect time. Lear Capital specializes in educating individuals about the importance of owning gold as a hedge against financial challenges. With over $3 billion in trusted transactions and thousands of five-star reviews, they are the leader in precious metals investing that you can trust. To learn more, call my friends at Lear Capital, 1-800-260-5075, or head over to leargg.com. Their team offers free information and answers any questions you have without any pressure to buy. 1-800-260-5075 or leargg.com. Oh, and real quick, I have been nominated for the King of the Hill Gundy Award. It's a new category this year over the Gundys. If you want to support me or your favorite creators, you can vote every single day at thegundys.com. Link is down below. All right, first off, here's the official statement released by Joe Biden last night. He said, "Today I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making, and I kept my word until last night, even as I watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted by the Biden DOJ, I want to add. Without aggravating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser, people are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they fill out a gun form." That's the 4473. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions, but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties, are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. The charges in his cases came about only after several of my political opponents in Congress investigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Then, a carefully negotiated plea deal, agreed to by the Department of Justice, unraveled in the courtroom, with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been a fair, reasonable resolution of Hunter's cases. More on that in a second. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me, and there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. For my entire career, I have followed a simple principle: just tell the American people the truth. They'll be fair-minded. Here's the truth. I believe in the justice system, but as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process, and it led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it further. I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president would come to this decision. Some say we knew it was coming, and I agree. I've said it here on the videos I did related to Hunter Biden's prosecution. Others have said, it's a father looking out for his son. But what many people are missing is that this pardon covers any crimes committed and covers the period of time that goes all the way to 2014, when Hunter Biden was involved with Burisma and the alleged money laundering. You know, 10% for the big guy. As you can imagine, many Republicans have voiced their displeasure to the pardon and the mainstream media's lack of outrage. You know, because let's be honest, if this were a Republican president, say it was Donald Trump, who pardoned his criminal son and their alleged criminal empire, the media would be going nuts. During this past election cycle, when Joe Biden was still running for re-election, he said multiple times that he was not going to pardon his son, and so did his talking head, Karine Jean-Pierre.
Second one, would the president pardon or commute his son if he's convicted?
So I've answered this question before. It was asked of me not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I was very clear, and I said no.
Okay. We go back to the first question of the briefing. I know you said not a lot's changed since yesterday and that it's a personal matter, but from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
You've also said several times that the president would not pardon or commute sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no, and I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
Well, now he's gone and done it. So when Donald Trump pardons those January 6th folks who did absolutely nothing wrong, yes, some of them did. We've seen videos, but those were mostly feds. And like I said, those people who did nothing wrong, when they're pardoned, Trump can now say, I did it because Joe Biden pardoned his criminal son, Hunter Biden, so why not pardon those people who did nothing wrong? This is exactly the kind of favoritism many of us despise, the two-tiered justice system. Now, here's something you might want to know. In the Department of Justice, there's an office called the Office of the Pardon Attorney. Typically, the pardon attorney doesn't recommend pardons except after somebody's been convicted and served their sentence, if and only when they found the prosecution was illegitimate. There is no evidence in the case of Hunter Biden, despite him being investigated by the United States Attorney for Delaware for years, that anything that was done during the investigation was improper. In fact, the plea deal that Joe Biden referenced in his statement, the one that Hunter Biden's attorneys negotiated with the Department of Justice, that came undone only because the judge thought that the deal had not been thought through enough. Not because of what the Justice Department did or political pressure from people in Congress. So the intervention of the president into the criminal justice system at this point is a matter of favoritism. Point blank. Can't tell me anything different. Try it in the comments down below. It's favoritism, even if he is Hunter Biden's father. Sound off down below on what you think about this, guys and gals. It's not about the gun charge. And you know, in a way, Joe Biden's actually saying, if you lie in your 4473, it's really not that big of a deal. Absent any of the other things he's mentioned, like if you use it in a crime or anything like that. So, I don't know, it's setting precedent. What do you think? Let me know down below. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day.